So where now? When is the time? Do you break out and separate what you are doing now with what you are trained to do in your life as a career person?
The second question about the geologist who finds himself in a bank and who is not quite sure whether he's getting any satisfaction in deviating for so long from what he considers his core profession. I think you are mistaken. Now, even in an oil and gas company, I studied mechanical engineering. I didn't study petroleum engineering. When I got into the industry, we had petroleum engineers who were way ahead of us because they spent 4 years in school reading petroleum engineering while we studied mechanical engineering, electrical, or whatever. And I had some colleagues of mine who just couldn't make that shift. I'm an electrical engineer, so this is not my field. I'm an accountant, this is not my field. And those who made it were those who see engineering everywhere. Just to give you an example, my interest in geology, later I became managers of geologists. You could hear in my profile, I ran exploration in total. But I'm not a geologist, I'm an engineer. Now one day in Paris, we were walking along the street, one of the most famous streets in Paris, and a geologist, I was working with a geologist, and he was able to describe the pebbles that they used in paving those streets more than 300 years ago. And he could say, this stone comes from so region because I can see from the shape and from where it is polished that it was carried by a river, it was polished by this. Now, what I'm trying to say is that when you begin to see geology wherever you are, you'll be amazed what transformation that will bring to your life. Because what is a bank after all? You are in Nigeria today where the biggest business, as far as I'm concerned, is oil and gas. So the banks will have to realize that at the end of the day, if they are not involved in the activity of oil and gas, I don't see what future they have dealing with traders of whatever nature or politicians. So it means that for the banks to be able to deal with the oil and gas industry, they need to know the industry. And it's through people like you, with a background in geology, petroleum engineering, that you have that access. So you have a step ahead of your other colleagues who don't have that background. So all you need to do is move your bank. Start talking to your colleagues and say, look, the biggest business in Nigeria today is oil and gas business. You're talking about billions, not millions. And you tell them how to evaluate prospects. Where do you put your money? It's the geologists that they have to rely on. And you will discover that you are probably in the best place that you could ever be in a bank.